Hello everyone, and welcome to English Today Journey. I am very happy that you are here. Thank you for spending your time with me today. If you enjoy learning English and want daily tips, please remember to subscribe. My name is Jenny, and today we're going to spend some calm and useful time together. Our goal is to practice English listening and also to talk about how you can learn English in the right way and learn it faster. Right now, I want you to feel comfortable. Please sit back, relax, and listen to my voice. Imagine that we are having a friendly and relaxed conversation. This is not a classroom. You do not need to take notes. You do not need to feel stressed or nervous. You are not being tested. This time is only for you to enjoy English and feel more confident with it. Think of me as a friend who is supporting you and helping you move forward step by step. The most important thing at this moment is your listening. Let your ears get used to the sound of English. Listen to the rhythm, the speed, and the flow of the language. Many English learners feel worried because they think they must understand every single word. This is a very common feeling, but it is not true. You do not need to understand everything. In the beginning, it is enough to understand the main idea. It is enough to feel how English sounds and how sentences move. Learning a language is a long journey. It takes time and patience. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to keep going and not give up. That is why I will speak slowly and clearly. I will use simple sentences so you can follow easily. At the same time, I will share helpful tips that can make your English learning easier and more effective. When we talk about learning English properly, we must remember that English has many parts. There is listening, speaking, reading, writing, grammar, vocabulary, and confidence. All of these skills are important. If you only focus on one skill, you may improve in that area, but you may still feel weak in other areas. For example, if you only read books, you may understand written English well, but you may feel lost when people speak to you. If you only study grammar rules, you may write correctly, but you may not feel natural or relaxed when you speak. This is why learning English properly means balance. You need to practice all skills little by little. Give yourself time to grow. Do not feel bad if one skill feels harder than another. That is completely normal. Everyone learns differently. Some people are better listeners. Some people speak more easily. Some people like reading, and others prefer speaking. All of this is okay. The most important thing is to stay positive, stay patient, and continue your English journey with confidence. Some people are better readers. Some people feel more confident when they speak. Others enjoy writing more. Everyone is different, and that is completely normal. You do not need to be good at everything at the same time. Little by little, with the right method and regular practice, you can become stronger in every skill. The key is patience and consistency. Do not compare yourself to others. Focus on your own progress. Now, let us talk more about listening practice, because listening is the foundation of learning any language. Listening comes first. Think about how babies learn to speak. Before they say their first word, they spend many months only listening. They listen to their parents, their family members, and the sounds around them. They do not study grammar. They do not read books. They simply listen again and again. Slowly, their brain begins to understand patterns, sounds, and meaning. After a long time of listening, they start to copy sounds and say their first words. Learning English works in the same way. If you want to speak English well, you must listen a lot. Listening helps your brain understand how English sounds naturally. It helps you learn pronunciation, rhythm, and sentence structure without effort. However, many learners make a common mistake. They listen to something one time and then stop. Listening only once is not enough. Your brain needs repetition to really learn. You should listen many times, even to the same audio. Repetition is very powerful. It helps your ears become familiar with the sounds. Imagine listening to a short English audio every day for 1 week. On the first day, you may only catch a few words. On the second day, you will understand a little more. Each day, your understanding grows. By the seventh day, you may understand most of the message. This is how real learning happens. Many students think repetition is boring, but this is not true. Repetition is training. It is like exercise for your ears and your brain. Each time you listen, you become stronger, even if you do not notice it right away. So, if you want to learn English faster, do not be afraid to repeat. Repeating is a smart learning habit. Another very important tip is to choose listening material that is slightly easier than your level. Many learners choose very difficult content, such as fast movies or complex podcasts. Then they feel frustrated because they cannot understand. This makes them lose confidence and motivation. But when you listen to easier English, you feel more relaxed. You understand more and you learn faster. Think about learning to swim. If you jump into very deep water before you are ready, you will panic and feel afraid. You may even stop trying. But if you practice in water that is not too deep, you feel safe. You can practice calmly and improve step by step. Learning English is the same. Choose the right level, feel confident, and move forward slowly. When you choose listening materials, always make sure they are not too difficult for you. A good rule is this: you should understand about 60 to 70% of what you hear. If you understand this amount, you are in a good place. You may not know every word, but you are not confused. You can guess the meaning of new words from the situation, the tone, and the words you already know. This helps your brain learn naturally. Over time, when your listening becomes stronger, you can slowly choose harder material and challenge yourself more. Now, let us talk about something very important: speaking. Many people want to speak English quickly, but they feel shy or scared. They are afraid of making mistakes. Some people worry that others will laugh at them or think they are not smart. These feelings are very common, but I want you to remember something important. Making mistakes is a normal and necessary part of learning. Nobody speaks perfectly at the beginning. Not even native speakers are perfect when they learn something new. So please do not be afraid of speaking. The best way to become a good speaker is to open your mouth and try. You do not need to wait until your English is perfect. That day may never come if you keep waiting. You need to start speaking now with the English you have today. Even if you only know a few words, use them. Communication is more important than perfect grammar. For example, if you say, "I go shop," that is okay. The sentence is not perfect, but people will understand your meaning. Later, with more practice, you will learn to say, "I am going to the shop," or "I went to the shop yesterday." This improvement happens naturally when you keep practicing. The more you speak, the more confident and natural you will become. But if you wait for the moment when your English feels perfect, you may never speak at all. That is why it is important to be brave. Do not let fear stop you. Start speaking from today. Speak to yourself, speak to friends, or speak in simple conversations. Every small effort helps. One very useful method for speaking practice is called shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a sentence and repeating it immediately, almost like an echo. You listen and speak at the same time or right after. This method helps you copy the rhythm, pronunciation, and natural flow of English. It also helps your mouth and tongue move more easily. For example, if you hear someone say, "How are you today?" you repeat, "How are you today?" Try to copy the tone, the speed, and the intonation. Do not worry if it feels strange at first. This is normal. With practice, it will feel easier. You can practice shadowing with short videos, simple podcasts, or even slow songs. Just a few minutes every day can make a big difference. At first, your mouth may feel tired or uncomfortable, but do not stop. Little by little, your speaking will become smoother. Remember, speaking is a skill. Skills improve with practice, not with waiting. Your mouth has muscles, just like the rest of your body. When you exercise your body, your muscles become stronger and more flexible. The same thing happens when you practice speaking English. When you use your mouth to speak English often, it becomes easier and more natural. That is why regular practice is so important. Speaking well is not only about knowing words or grammar. It is also about training your mouth to move comfortably. Another very important way to learn English faster is to use English in your daily life. Do not think of English as only a school subject or something you study for exams. Think of English as a useful tool for everyday life. The more you use it, the more natural it will feel. You can start with very small things. For example, you can change the language on your phone or computer to English. At first, it may feel strange, but soon you will get used to it. You can also write simple things in English, like your shopping list. Instead of writing in your own language, try writing milk, bread, or rice in English. You can also talk to yourself in English when you are alone. This is a very powerful habit. When you are cooking, cleaning, or walking, you can describe what you are doing in simple English. For example, if you are washing dishes, you can say, I am washing the dishes. The water is warm. This plate is dirty. Now it is clean. It may feel funny at first, but this practice helps your brain think in English. You do not need to translate in your head. The more you do this, the more comfortable English will feel in your mind. Reading is also very helpful for learning English. Reading helps you learn new words and see grammar in real sentences. But just like listening, you should choose reading material that is easy and interesting. If a book is too difficult, you may feel tired and want to stop. But if the story is simple and enjoyable, you'll want to keep reading. Children's books are a great choice for English learners. They have short sentences, common words, and clear ideas. They are easy to understand and fun to read. When you finish a book, you will feel proud of yourself. That good feeling will motivate you to read more. Slowly, step by step, you can move to more difficult books. Now, let us talk about writing. Many learners avoid writing because they think it is boring or too difficult. But writing is very useful. Writing helps you organize your thoughts and practice grammar and vocabulary at the same time. You do not need to write long or perfect texts. Simple writing is enough. A good way to start is by keeping a short diary. Every night, write a few simple sentences about your day. For example, today I went to work. I felt tired, but I had a nice lunch. I talked with my friend. I came home and watched TV. These sentences are simple, but they are real and meaningful. If you do not know how to spell a word, that is okay. You can use a dictionary or an online tool. Over time, you will notice that your writing becomes clearer and easier. When you look back at your old writing, you will see your progress. This will give you confidence and motivation to continue learning. Most importantly, you need to stay positive and patient with yourself. Many English learners feel frustrated because they want to learn English very fast, sometimes in 1 month or even less. But language learning does not work like magic. It takes time. Learning a language is like growing a tree. You cannot plant a seed today and eat fruit tomorrow. First, you must water the seed. You must give it sunlight and care. Then you wait. Slowly, day by day, the tree grows. English learning is the same. Every day, your English grows a little, even if you do not notice it. Sometimes you may feel that you are not improving. You may think you are stuck. But inside your brain, many things are happening. Your brain is learning sounds, patterns, and meanings. One day, without warning, you will notice something amazing. You will understand a movie without subtitles. Or you will have a smooth and natural conversation with someone you do not know. That moment will make you feel proud and happy. So please do not give up. Be patient with yourself. Keep moving forward, even when it feels slow. Trust the learning process. Progress is happening, even when you cannot see it clearly. Every small step matters. Many students ask me the same question. They say, Jenny, what is the fastest way to learn English? My answer is always the same. The fastest way is also the slow way. This may sound strange, but let me explain. The best way to learn English is to study a little bit every day. Not once a week. Not once a month. Every day, even for a short time. If you spend just 15 to 30 minutes each day listening, speaking, reading, or writing in English, you will improve faster than someone who studies for 5 hours only once. Small daily practice is much more powerful than long, rare study sessions. Your brain learns better with regular contact. Think about exercise. If you go to the gym one day and work very hard, but then do nothing for 1 month, your body will not become strong. But if you exercise a little every day, your body slowly becomes healthier and stronger. Language learning works in the same way. Consistency is more important than intensity. Doing a little every day is the key to success. Okay, my friend, this is a good place to pause for now. In the next part, I will continue sharing more tips, stories, and listening practice to help you improve your English. Please remember this. You're already doing something great by being here and listening. I am proud of you for using your time to learn and grow. You are not alone on this journey. I am here with you, and together we will continue building your English step by step. The fact that you are still here and listening shows that you are serious about learning.
Keep going.
You are doing better than you think. You are ready to keep practicing, and that is the most important part of learning any language. The key to success is not giving up. Today, we will continue practicing listening, and we will also talk more about how you can make your English study more effective, more enjoyable, and more natural. Remember, learning English is not only about books, grammar rules, or exams. It is about building good habits, creating a positive attitude, and allowing yourself to grow step by step. So, let us keep moving forward together. One very important topic I want to talk about today is confidence. Many English learners feel that their biggest problem is not grammar or vocabulary, but confidence. They know some English. They can understand simple sentences. But when it is time to speak, they freeze. Their mouth stays closed. They feel afraid of making mistakes, or they worry that their accent is too strong. I want you to remember this. Confidence does not mean speaking perfectly. Confidence means speaking anyway, even when your English is not perfect. Think about children again. When a small child learns to speak, they do not worry about pronunciation or grammar. They do not think about mistakes. They just speak.
They try.
They laugh. And people around them encourage them. You can learn in the same way. Do not wait for perfect English, because perfection will never come. Instead, be proud of every word you say. Every word is progress. Every sentence is a step forward. Even mistakes are helpful because they show that you are trying and learning. So, how can you build confidence in speaking English? One good way is to start with very small conversations. Do not try to speak English for 1 hour if you're not ready. That can feel stressful and difficult. Instead, start with short and simple moments. For example, when you see your English teacher or a classmate, say one simple sentence like, "Good morning. How are you?" When you go to a shop or a cafe, try to say, "Thank you very much." These sentences are short and easy, but they are very powerful. They help train your mouth and your brain to use English in real-life situations. Each small conversation gives you more confidence. Over time, these short moments become longer conversations. What feels scary today will feel normal tomorrow. Step by step, speaking English will become more natural and comfortable. Another helpful way to build confidence is to practice speaking in a safe place. You can speak to yourself at home. You can practice in front of a mirror. You can record your voice and listen to it. At first, you may feel shy or uncomfortable, but this feeling will pass. The more you practice, the more confident you will become. Remember, confidence grows with action. You do not wait for confidence and then speak. You speak and confidence comes after. Be kind to yourself. Be patient. You are learning something new, and that takes time. Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and keep moving forward. You are doing better than you think, and every day your English is growing a little more. Another very good way to build confidence is to practice speaking alone. I know this may sound funny or strange, but speaking to yourself is actually a very powerful learning method. When you speak alone, you feel less pressure. You do not need to worry about other people listening or judging you. You can relax and practice freely. You can stand in front of a mirror, Look at yourself and talk in English about anything. You can talk about what you are wearing, what you ate today, or what you'll do tomorrow. For example, you can say, I am wearing a blue shirt. I ate rice for lunch. Tomorrow, I will go to the market. These sentences are simple, but they help your mouth and brain work together in English. At first, this may feel uncomfortable or silly. That feeling is normal.
Do not stop because of it.
After some practice, speaking alone will feel easier and more natural. It helps you become comfortable with the sound of your own English voice. This comfort is very important for confidence. Listening to yourself is also helpful. You can record your voice on your phone and listen to it later. When you listen, do not be too hard on yourself. Instead, notice small things you can improve. You can also listen to a native speaker and compare their pronunciation with yours. Then try again. Step by step, your speaking will improve. Remember, small improvements every day become big progress after a few months. Another important part of learning English quickly is learning vocabulary in a natural way. Many students try to memorize long lists of words. They study many words in one day, but after a short time, they forget most of them. This method is not very effective. Learning words without meaning or use is difficult for the brain. A better way to learn vocabulary is to learn words in context. This means learning words inside sentences, stories, or real situations. For example, instead of only memorizing the word apple, you learn it in a sentence like, I eat an apple every morning. This helps you understand not only the word, but also how to use it correctly. You can also connect new words with images or feelings. If you imagine holding a red apple, smelling it, and tasting it, the word becomes stronger in your memory. The brain remembers pictures and emotions better than simple lists. Try to connect each new word to something in your own life. For example, if you learn the word bus, think about the bus you take every day. Think about where you sit and where you go. If you learn the word rain, think about the sound of rain in your city or how you feel when it rains. These personal connections help words stay in your memory for a long time. Also, do not try to learn too many new words at once. Learning 5 words and using them many times is much better than memorizing 50 words and forgetting them the next day. Quality is more important than quantity. When you learn a small number of words, try to use them often. For example, if you learn the words book, table, chair, pen, and bag, make many simple sentences with them. Say them out loud. Write them down. Use them in your daily life. This kind of practice makes vocabulary real and useful, not just something you study once and forget. For example, you can practice new words with simple sentences. You can say, the book is on the table. The pen is in the bag. I put the chair near the table. Repeat these sentences many times. When you repeat them often, you will remember the words for a long time. Later, you can add more words and make more sentences. This helps you use words naturally, instead of just memorizing lists. Another useful technique is using English subtitles when you watch movies or shows. At first, it is okay to use subtitles in your own language if you need them. But slowly, try to switch to English subtitles. Reading English while listening helps you connect the sounds of words with how they are written. You learn spelling, pronunciation, and meaning at the same time. Do not worry if you do not understand every word. It is normal. Focus on catching the main idea of what is happening. Do not stop every few seconds to look up a word in the dictionary. If you do that, you will break the flow and feel tired. Instead, enjoy the story, follow the characters, and notice English words and sentences naturally. If there are some words you hear many times but do not know, then check their meaning later. This is a natural way to learn, just like when you learned your first language as a child. Now, let us talk about grammar. Many learners worry too much about grammar. They feel they must know every rule perfectly before speaking or writing. But grammar should not stop you from practicing. In fact, grammar becomes easier when you see it in real life. For example, you may study the present simple tense and read examples like, I go, you go, he goes. These examples can feel confusing at first, but when you see them in real sentences, they make sense. For instance, I go to work every day. He goes to school at 8 o'clock. When you read and hear these sentences many times, the grammar starts to feel natural. Your brain begins to notice the patterns automatically. So, do not treat grammar like a math problem. You do not need to memorize every rule. Instead, learn grammar through stories, conversations, and practice. Over time, your brain will use grammar correctly without thinking too much about the rules. Another very important tip is to make English learning fun. If studying feels boring, you will stop after a short time. But if learning is enjoyable, you will continue and improve faster. There are many ways to make English fun. You can play games in English, sing songs, watch funny or interesting videos, or read stories that you like. You can also make friends online who speak English. Talking with friends, sharing stories, or sending short messages can make learning feel natural and exciting. The more you enjoy English, the more you will practice. And the more you practice, the faster you will improve. Learning English is not only about studying books. It is about experiencing English in many ways, listening, speaking, reading, and enjoying it every day. Step by step, little by little, your English will grow stronger and more natural. You can also chat with people who speak English. Remember, English is not just a subject at school. It is a way to connect with the world. If you find something you enjoy, English can become your friend instead of something difficult or scary. The more you use it for things you like, the more fun it will be. You can watch shows, play games, or talk with friends online. When learning is fun, you will naturally practice more, and your English will improve faster. Another very important idea is setting goals. Many learners say, "I want to be fluent in English." That is a wonderful dream, but it is very big and can sometimes feel impossible. If your goal is too big, it is easy to feel frustrated or give up. A better approach is to set small, achievable goals. For example, you could say, "This week, I will learn 10 new words," or "Today, I will listen to 5 minutes of English." When you reach these small goals, you feel happy, proud, and motivated to continue. Small goals are like stepping stones. Each step may seem small, but over time, they lead to big success. Another thing to remember is not to compare yourself with other learners. Everyone learns at their own speed. Maybe your friend learns faster, or maybe you learn faster. Both are okay. Each person has a unique learning journey. The only person you should compare yourself to is yourself from yesterday. If today you know one more word, understand one more sentence, or speak one more sentence than yesterday, you are winning. So, my dear friend, here is an important reminder. Learning English properly means combining many things together. You need to listen a lot, speak without fear, read interesting materials, write simple sentences, learn vocabulary naturally in context, practice grammar through real use, make learning fun, and be patient with yourself. When you do all of these things step by step, you will notice big progress. Now, let us take a short pause. In the next part, we will continue practicing listening, and I will give you more tips, more encouragement, and more ways to improve your English quickly and naturally. Remember, you are doing an amazing job by staying here and learning. I am proud of you for taking the time to practice and grow. Keep going, keep listening, and keep believing in yourself. You are making your English stronger every day. You are building a habit that will help you in the long run. Habits are the secret to success. You do not need to study 10 hours in one day. You do not need to know everything at once. What matters is practice every day. Even 15 or 30 minutes a day, if done consistently, is better than hours of practice only once in a while. Small daily actions create big results over time. So stay positive, stay patient, and keep taking small steps. Every sentence you speak, every word you learn, every minute you listen to English brings you closer to your goal. Your English will improve and your confidence will grow. Keep believing in yourself and enjoy the journey. When you practice every day, your brain keeps growing, and your English improves step by step. Today, we will continue practicing listening, and I will also give you more ideas about how to learn English properly. I will also show you ways to make learning fun, natural, and enjoyable, so it does not feel like a chore. Let us start by talking about motivation. Many learners feel very excited at the beginning of their English journey. They buy books, watch videos, listen to songs, and enjoy learning. At first, everything feels new and fun. But after a few weeks or months, many people lose motivation. This is very normal. Sometimes learners feel English is too difficult. Sometimes they feel they are not improving fast enough. And sometimes life gets busy and they stop studying. This happens to almost everyone at some point, so do not worry if it happens to you. The important question is, how can you keep your motivation strong? One way is to remember your reason for learning English. Ask yourself, why do I want to learn English? Maybe you want a better job. Maybe you want to travel to other countries. Maybe you want to study abroad. Or maybe you simply love the language and enjoy learning it. Whatever your reason is, write it down on a piece of paper. Put that paper somewhere you can see it every day. When you feel tired, bored, or discouraged, look at it. Your reason will remind you of your dream and give you energy to continue. Another way to stay motivated is to celebrate small victories. Small successes may seem minor, but they are very important. For example, if you watch a short video and understand it better than last month, celebrate that. If you write a short diary entry in English, celebrate that. If you speak one new sentence correctly, celebrate that. These small moments show that you are making progress. And progress is the best motivator because it proves that your effort is working. Your environment also affects motivation. Your surroundings can help you improve faster or make learning more difficult. If you are surrounded by English, you will learn faster. If you never hear English, it will be harder to improve. Not everyone can live in an English-speaking country, but you can still create your own English environment. You can listen to English songs, watch English videos, or use English apps. You can also label items in your home in English, change your phone language to English, or even speak to yourself in English. The more you surround yourself with English, the easier it will be to practice and learn. Remember, motivation comes from your goals, your progress, and the environment you create. Keep your dream in mind, celebrate small wins, and surround yourself with English every day. These steps may seem small, but they will help you continue learning, even when it feels difficult. Step by step, day by day, your English will grow, and your confidence will grow too. Learning is a journey, and every little effort counts toward your success. You can also use English in small ways every day at home. For example, you can listen to English songs while cooking or cleaning. You can put English labels on things around your house, like writing door, window, chair, or mirror. You can follow English pages on social media, so every time you open your phone, you see a little English. Even small changes like these can make a big difference over time. Practicing English with other people is very helpful, even if it feels a little scary at first. If you can find a language partner, that is wonderful. You can talk in English for a few minutes every day and you will both learn from each other. If you do not have a partner, you can join an online group or a language exchange community. Many people around the world want to practice English, and they will be happy to talk with you. Remember, practice does not need to be long or perfect. Even a 5-minute conversation can be very useful for your learning. Let me tell you a story to show the power of small steps. I once taught a student who wanted to speak English very quickly. She studied many books and memorized lists of words, but she was still afraid to speak. One day, I told her to practice only one sentence every day with her classmates. She chose simple sentences like, "How are you today?" or "I like your bag." After 1 month, she became much more confident because every day she had spoken at least one sentence. That is the power of small, consistent steps. Think of learning English like climbing a mountain. If you try to reach the top in one jump, it feels impossible. But if you take small steps every day, you will eventually reach the top without even noticing how far you have come. Small daily actions create big results over time. Another important idea is balance. You should not only listen or only read or only study grammar. You need to balance all skills to improve in every area. For example, one day you can listen to English for 15 minutes. Another day, you can write a short diary. Another day, you can read a story, and another day, you can practice speaking. By changing activities, you will keep learning interesting, and you will improve in listening, speaking, reading, writing, grammar, and vocabulary at the same time. Think of it like exercising your body. If you only train one muscle, other muscles will stay weak. But if you exercise all parts of your body, you become stronger and healthier. The same is true for English. Balance, variety, and consistent practice are the keys to steady improvement. By using English in small ways every day, practicing with others, taking small steps, and balancing your learning, your English will grow naturally. You will feel more confident, more comfortable, and more motivated to keep going. Step by step, day by day, your skills will become stronger and learning will feel easier and more enjoyable. Learning English is like eating healthy food. You cannot eat only bread every day. Your body needs variety, fruits, vegetables, protein, and other foods to stay strong and healthy. In the same way, your English learning should include different skills. You need listening, speaking, reading, writing, learning new words, and grammar. Focusing on only one skill is not enough. When you balance all of them, your English grows stronger and more natural. Let's talk about mistakes, because this is something that stops many learners. Many people are so afraid of making mistakes that they do not even try to speak. But mistakes are actually your teachers. Every mistake shows you what you need to practice and improve. If you say something wrong and someone corrects you, that is not shameful. It is helpful. Imagine you are playing football. If you kick the ball the wrong way, you learn how to kick it better next time. You do not stop playing just because of one mistake. The same is true for English. Do not stop speaking because of mistakes. Every mistake is a step forward and a chance to get better. Now, let us practice listening. I will say some short sentences slowly. You just listen carefully. You do not need to repeat them yet. Here is the first practice. I wake up at 7 o'clock every morning. I drink a cup of tea. I go to work by bus. I like my job because I meet many people. In the evening, I eat dinner with my family. After dinner, I watch TV and then I go to sleep. Did you understand most of that? If not, do not worry. We will listen again. Listen carefully one more time. I wake up at 7 o'clock every morning. I drink a cup of tea. I go to work by bus. I like my job because I meet many people. In the evening, I eat dinner with my family. After dinner, I watch TV, and then I go to sleep.
Good.
This is how you train your ears. Listening to short and simple sentences many times will help you recognize patterns. Over time, your brain will understand English faster and more naturally. The more you listen, the easier it becomes to follow conversations, watch movies, or understand songs. Another very important tip is to start thinking in English. Many learners always translate from their own language to English and back. This makes speaking very slow. If you want to speak naturally, try to think in English. For example, when you see a cup of tea, think, I drink tea, instead of translating it from your language. When you think in English, your brain gets used to the language and speaking becomes faster and easier. By balancing all skills, learning from mistakes, practicing listening every day, and thinking in English, you'll grow step by step. Learning English is a journey, not a race. Every small effort, every sentence you listen to, every word you try to speak, helps your English become stronger and more natural. Be patient, keep practicing, and enjoy every small victory along the way. If you want to learn English quickly, one very important step is to start thinking directly in English. At first, your thoughts can be very simple, like, I am hungry, I am tired, or it is raining. These short sentences are a great way to start because they help your brain get used to English naturally. Later, as you practice more, You can think in longer sentences and more complex ideas. You can also practice by asking yourself questions in English and answering them in English. For example, ask, "What will I eat for lunch?" And then answer, "I will eat rice." This simple habit trains your mind to work in English without always translating from your native language. Another very useful idea is to connect English with your hobbies and interests. If you like cooking, try reading recipes in English. If you enjoy music, listen to English songs and try to understand the lyrics. If you like sports, read short sports news in English or watch sports videos with English commentary. When you combine English with something you love, learning becomes more enjoyable and less like a task. You will naturally study more because you are doing something you enjoy. Over time, English will feel like a natural part of your life, not just a school subject. Patience is another key to learning English well. I know I have mentioned it before, but it is so important that it bears repeating. Sometimes you will study a lot and feel like your English is not improving. You may listen, read, write, and practice every day, but still feel the same. This is completely normal. Learning a language is like growing hair or nails. You do not see progress day by day, but it is happening slowly. One day, you will suddenly notice that you can understand more, speak more fluently, or read faster. That is the moment when all your effort becomes clear. The most important thing is to trust the process, keep practicing, and never give up. Remember, every time you listen to English, even if you do not understand every word, your brain is working. It is training your ears to recognize sounds, your brain to recognize patterns, and your mind to understand meaning. Every sentence you hear, every short phrase you repeat, is a small but important step forward. You are building habits, improving your skills, and moving closer to your English goals. In the next part, we will continue practicing listening, and I will share even more tips and encouragement to help you learn English properly and quickly. Keep staying with me, keep listening, and keep learning. You are training your brain and your ears, and every step counts. Even small practice every day adds up to big improvements. Be proud of yourself because the fact that you are still listening and learning shows your dedication. Step by step, day by day, your English is becoming stronger, and your dream of speaking English fluently is coming closer. I believe in you, and I know you can do this. Today, we will continue our journey together. We will talk about more ways to learn English properly, practice some listening, and think about how to make English a natural part of your everyday life.
First, let us talk about time.
Many learners tell me, "Jenny, I am so busy. I have work. I have school. I have family. I do not have time to study English." I always say that you do not need hours and hours every day. Even just 10 or 15 minutes each day can make a big difference if you use that time well. The key is not how much time you spend, but how consistent you are. For example, if you spend 10 minutes every day practicing English for 1 month, you will see real progress. But if you study for 2 hours one day and then do nothing for 3 weeks, you will not improve much. So, try to find small moments in your day to practice English. You can listen to a short English podcast while waiting for the bus. You can play English music while cooking. You can repeat sentences in your head while walking. These short moments may seem small, but they add up over time. Your brain is constantly learning, even in these little bits of practice. Another important thing is not to pressure yourself too much. Some learners feel guilty if they miss one day of practice. They say, "Oh no, I forgot to practice yesterday. Now I am a failure." But that is not true.
Missing one day is okay. The most important thing is to start again the next day.
Think about it like brushing your teeth. If you forget one night, your teeth will not fall out. But if you stop brushing for a long time, then there will be problems. English learning works in the same way. Missing one day is fine.
Just continue the next day and keep going.
Now, let us practice listening together. I will tell you a short story, and your job is just to listen carefully. You do not need to repeat yet. Here is the story. Yesterday, I went to the park. The sun was shining, and the sky was blue. Many children were playing on the swings and slides. Some people were walking their dogs, and others were jogging. I sat on a bench and read a book. A gentle breeze made the trees move, and I could hear birds singing. After a while, I went to a small cafe near the park and bought a cup of tea. I sat outside, drank my tea slowly, and watched people enjoying the day. Later, I walked home feeling happy and relaxed. Did you catch most of that? Don't worry if you did not understand every word. The important thing is to listen for the main idea and feel how the sentences flow. Listening like this trains your ears to recognize English sounds, rhythm, and patterns. If you hear the same story a few times, you will understand more each time. Repetition is a very powerful tool for learning English quickly. Even small daily habits like listening for 10 minutes, reading one page, or repeating a sentence can make a huge difference. Step by step, day by day, your English will improve. The key is consistency, patience, and practice, and most importantly, not giving up. Here is a short story to help you practice listening. Yesterday, I went to the park. The sun was shining, and the sky was blue. Many children were playing football, and I sat on a bench and read a book. After 1 hour, I walked to the cafe near the park. I drank a cup of coffee and ate a piece of cake. Then I went home and watched a movie. Now I will read it again slowly, so you can listen carefully. Yesterday, I went to the park. The sun was shining, and the sky was blue. Many children were playing football. I sat on a bench and read a book. After 1 hour, I walked to the cafe near the park. I drank a cup of coffee and ate a piece of cake. Then I went home and watched a movie. Did you understand most of it? If not, do not worry. Listening several times will help your brain understand English better. This kind of short story practice is excellent for improving your listening skills. You can also do this at home. Find a short story online, in a book, or in an audio recording. Read it aloud or listen to it multiple times until it becomes familiar. The more you repeat, the easier it becomes, and the faster your brain will recognize English words and sentence patterns. Now, let us talk about focus. When you practice English, it is better to give it your full attention. If you try to study while checking your phone, watching TV, or talking to someone, you will not learn as much. Even just 10 minutes of focus practice is much more effective than an hour of distracted practice. Try to find a quiet place where you can focus only on English, even for a short time. Quality is more important than quantity. Another important point is to listen to different voices. Sometimes learners get used to listening to only one teacher or one accent. Then, when they hear someone else, they feel lost or confused. To avoid this, listen to many different people speaking English. Listen to male and female voices, young people and older people, and different accents such as American, British, Australian, or Indian. At first, it may feel confusing, but this will train your ears to understand English in real-life situations. In real life, people do not all speak the same way. Some speak quickly, some slowly, some clearly, some with slang or informal words. The more you listen to different voices, the more your brain will learn to understand English naturally, just like when you learned your first language. You will start recognizing common words, sentence structures, and pronunciation patterns, even if you do not understand every single word. Remember, repetition and exposure are very important. Listen, read, and practice short stories every day. Slowly, your brain will start thinking in English, your listening will improve, and you will feel more confident. Do not worry if you do not understand everything right away. Every small step counts. Step by step, day by day, your English will grow stronger, and one day you will notice how much you can understand and say naturally. Another important way to improve your English is to listen to different voices. Sometimes, learners get used to just one teacher or one accent. Then, when they hear someone else, it feels confusing. To avoid this, listen to many different people speaking English. You can listen to men and women, young and older people, and different accents like American, British, Australian, or Indian. At first, it may feel strange, but it will train your ears to understand English in real life. People speak in many ways, and hearing this variety helps your brain recognize words and sentences faster. Repetition is also very helpful, not only in listening but in speaking. Choose one sentence and repeat it many times until it feels natural. For example, take the sentence, "What time is it?"
Say it 10 times.
Then try using it in other ways. What time is the meeting? What time is lunch? What time is your class? This way, you practice the sentence and also learn new words inside it. Repetition trains your mouth and brain, making speaking easier and more confident. Writing messages in English is another great way to practice. Today, most communication happens through phones or computers, so writing short messages is very practical. You can write simple text to friends or even notes to yourself. For example, write "See you at 6" or "I am busy now, call me later." These sentences are real English you can use every day, and practicing them helps you feel more comfortable with the language. Now, let's talk about pronunciation. Some learners feel it is difficult because English sounds may be very different from your language. But do not worry, you do not need to sound exactly like a native speaker. The goal is not perfection, the goal is to be understood. If people understand you, that is success. One way to practice pronunciation is to listen to short sentences and repeat them slowly, focusing on the sounds. You can also watch videos and notice how the speaker moves their mouth. Try to copy the movement. Over time, your pronunciation will improve naturally. Recording yourself is another useful tip. You can make short videos of yourself speaking English. I know it sounds scary, but it really works. You can read a story, describe your day, or just talk about anything. Then watch your recording and notice how you sound. After some weeks, you will see improvement. This also builds confidence because speaking in front of others becomes less intimidating. Let us do one more listening practice. I will describe a morning routine, and you just need to listen carefully. Listening again and again helps your brain recognize words, sentences, and patterns more easily. Over time, short stories, daily routines, and repeated phrases will feel familiar, and you will understand them more quickly. Remember, learning English is about small, steady steps. Listen to different voices, repeat sentences often, write short messages, practice pronunciation, and record yourself. Each step helps your brain and mouth become stronger in English. Practice a little every day, and you will notice big improvements over time. Even 10 or 15 minutes of focus practice daily is much more effective than long sessions with little focus. Small steps, repeated consistently, will take you closer to speaking English naturally and confidently. Let's continue with more listening practice. Listen carefully to this simple story about a morning routine. I wake up at 6 o'clock. I wash my face and brush my teeth. I eat breakfast with my family. After breakfast, I walk to school. My school is not far from my house. In the classroom, I sit next to my best friend. We study English together. At lunchtime, we eat sandwiches in the cafeteria. Let's hear it again slowly. I wake up at 6 o'clock. I wash my face and brush my teeth. I eat breakfast with my family. After breakfast, I walk to school. My school is not far from my house. In the classroom, I sit next to my best friend. We study English together. At lunchtime, we eat sandwiches in the cafeteria. This is exactly the kind of simple listening practice you should do every day. Short sentences, repeated often, will help your brain recognize patterns and understand English faster. The more you listen to stories like this, the easier it becomes to understand real-life English. Now, let's talk about attitude. Your attitude is very powerful. It can help you learn more than any book or teacher. If you believe you can learn English, you will. If you believe it is too hard, you may give up. So, choose to believe in yourself. Every day, say to yourself, I can do this. I am learning step by step. My English is getting better. This positive thinking gives you energy, courage, and motivation to keep going, even when it feels difficult. Remember, learning English is about small, steady steps. Practice listening every day, even for a few minutes. Practice speaking short sentences, writing simple notes, and reading easy stories. Repeat words and sentences many times. Record yourself if you can, and listen to your own voice. You will notice improvement after some time. Every small action counts. Even a few minutes of focused practice every day is better than hours of distracted study once in a while. Consistency is key. Think of English like planting a tree. You water it a little every day. Some days you may not see growth, but over time, the tree grows strong. Your English works the same way. Each time you listen, speak, read, or write, your brain is learning and building new skills. Also, remember to make learning fun. Listen to English songs, watch short videos, read simple stories, or write small messages to friends.
Choose things that you enjoy.
When learning is fun, you will do it more, and it will feel easier. Use English in your daily life. Label things in your home in English. Talk to yourself in English while cooking or cleaning. Every small action helps you think in English naturally. Finally, celebrate your progress. Every new word you learn, every sentence you speak, and every story you understand is an achievement. Do not compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. If today you know one more word or understand one more sentence than yesterday, you are winning. You are doing an amazing job by staying here, listening carefully, and practicing with me. Be proud of yourself. Every time you listen, your brain is growing. Every time you practice, you move closer to speaking English naturally and confidently.
Keep going. Keep smiling.
Keep believing in yourself. You are building strong habits that will help you in the long run. Learning English properly takes time, patience, and small steps every day. You are doing it, and I believe in you. After this video ends, remember, your English journey does not stop here. This is only one step, but it is an important step. I am proud of you for being here and practicing. Let's start with a simple listening practice. Listen carefully to this story about a person's weekend. Just listen and imagine what happens. Last Saturday, Maria woke up late. She had breakfast at 10 o'clock. After breakfast, she went shopping with her sister. They bought clothes and shoes. In the afternoon, Maria met her friend in a restaurant. They ate pizza and drank orange juice. After dinner, they watched a movie at the cinema. On Sunday, Maria stayed at home. She cleaned her room, cooked lunch, and read a book. In the evening, she talked with her parents, then went to bed early. Let's hear it slowly again. Last Saturday, Maria woke up late. She had breakfast at 10 o'clock. After breakfast, she went shopping with her sister. They bought clothes and shoes. In the afternoon, Maria met her friend in a restaurant. They ate pizza and drank orange juice. After dinner, they watched a movie at the cinema. On Sunday, Maria stayed at home. She cleaned her room, cooked lunch, and read a book. In the evening, she talked with her parents, then went to bed early. Short stories like this are very useful for listening practice. Try to imagine Maria. Picture her going shopping, eating pizza, cleaning her room, and talking to her parents. When you make pictures in your mind, the story is easier to understand, and it stays in your memory longer. Another useful idea is to retell the story in your own words. Even if you only remember part of it, say it out loud. For example, Maria woke up late. She went shopping. She watched a movie. That is already good practice. The more you try to speak, the faster you'll improve. Now, let's talk about review. Reviewing is one of the most important parts of learning English. If you learn something today but never look at it again, you will forget it quickly. To remember words, sentences, and grammar, you need to practice them again and again. For example, after listening to this story, try to retell it tomorrow. Next week, try again. Each time, you will remember more and feel more confident. You can also use small sentences from the story to practice speaking. For example, she had breakfast at 10 o'clock, or they bought shoes. Repeat them many times. Then try to make new sentences with the same words. For example, I had breakfast at 8 o'clock, or I bought a bag. This is a natural way to learn words and sentences. Finally, remember to practice a little every day. Even if it is only 10 or 15 minutes, it helps your brain grow. Do not worry if you miss one day.
Just continue the next day.
Consistency is more important than long study sessions once in a while. Every small step, every short listening or speaking session, adds up. You are doing a wonderful job by listening carefully and imagining the story. Be proud of yourself. Every time you practice, your English becomes stronger. Every time you repeat a story or a sentence, you are training your brain to think in English. Keep listening, keep speaking, and keep imagining. Step by step, you will understand more and speak more naturally. Learning English is a journey, and you are moving forward every day. If you do not review what you learn, you will forget it. Reviewing is very important. For example, if you learn 5 new words today, you should use them again tomorrow. Next week, try to make sentences with them. Later, you can write them in your diary. Review is like watering a plant. If you water it once and stop, the plant will die. But if you water it regularly, it will grow strong. Another useful idea is to listen to yourself. Sometimes it feels like you are not improving, but if you look back, you will see how far you have come. This is why keeping a diary or recording your voice is very helpful. You can look at what you wrote last month and see that now your sentences are longer. You can listen to a voice recording from 3 months ago and hear that your pronunciation is better. Progress does not always happen every day, but when you look back, you can see your improvement. Now, let us do a short listening practice. This time, I will describe a house. Listen carefully and try to imagine it. My house is small but comfortable. There are 2 bedrooms, 1 living room, 1 kitchen, and 1 bathroom. In the living room, there is a sofa, a television, and a small table. In the kitchen, there is a fridge, a stove, and many plates and cups. My bedroom has a bed, a desk, and a lamp. The bathroom has a shower, a sink, and a mirror. Outside the house, there is a garden with flowers and trees. Let me say it slowly again. My house is small but comfortable. There are 2 bedrooms, 1 living room, 1 kitchen, and 1 bathroom. In the living room, there is a sofa, a television, and a small table. In the kitchen, there is a fridge, a stove, and many plates and cups. My bedroom has a bed, a desk, and a lamp. The bathroom has a shower, a sink, and a mirror. Outside the house, there is a garden with flowers and trees. When you listen to stories like this, try to imagine the house in your mind. Picture the sofa, the bed, the fridge, and the garden. Making pictures in your mind helps you understand and remember better. You can also repeat the sentences out loud. For example, my bedroom has a bed, a desk, and a lamp. Then try to make your own sentences like, my living room has a table and a chair. This is a natural way to practice speaking. You can also write about your own house. Even a few sentences are useful. For example, I have a small house. My kitchen has a fridge and a stove. My bedroom has a bed and a lamp. Writing helps you remember words and grammar. Remember, learning English is about small, daily steps. Review what you learned, speak out loud, imagine stories, and write a little every day. Even 10 or 15 minutes can help your brain grow. Mistakes are okay, they help you learn. Listen to yourself, look at your progress, and celebrate small successes. Over time, you will see big improvements. Practice is not about perfection. It is about consistency and making English part of your daily life. Listen, speak, read, and write a little every day. Review words, sentences, and stories. Picture things in your mind and imagine conversations. Over time, your English will grow stronger and you will feel more confident using it. Outside the house, there is a garden with flowers and trees. This kind of description is very good practice. You can also try describing your own house in English. Look around and say simple sentences like, This is my chair. This is my bed. I have 2 windows. My kitchen has a fridge. Even if it feels very simple, it is very powerful practice. Doing this every day will help you speak English more easily. Now, I want to share something important about learning English quickly. Many people think learning quickly means trying to do everything very fast in one day. But real fast learning does not mean rushing. It means learning smartly. You choose the right way, the right level, and the right exercises. For example, if you spend 1 hour trying to understand a very difficult book, you may not learn much. But if you spend 1 hour reading an easier book and listening to simple sentences, you will learn more. That is learning smartly. That is how you can improve quickly. Another important idea is enjoyment. English is not only for exams, school, or work. It can also be fun. You can sing songs in English, watch funny videos, enjoy stories, or laugh with English. If you connect English with happiness, your brain will remember better and you will enjoy studying more. Learning is faster when it is fun. Now, let us do one more short listening practice. This time it is about daily habits. Listen carefully and try to imagine it. Every morning, I wake up early and go for a walk. I like to see the sunrise. After my walk, I eat breakfast and drink coffee. During the day, I work on my computer and talk to my friends. In the evening, I read a book or listen to music. Before I sleep, I write in my diary and think about my day. Let me say it slowly again. Every morning, I wake up early and go for a walk. I like to see the sunrise. After my walk, I eat breakfast and drink coffee. During the day, I work on my computer and talk to my friends. In the evening, I read a book or listen to music. Before I sleep, I write in my diary and think about my day. You can do a similar exercise with your own routine. Try describing what you do every day in English. For example, I wake up at 7 o'clock. I eat breakfast. I go to school. I play with my friends. I read a book in the evening. Even small sentences will help your speaking and listening skills. Remember, learning English step by step is more powerful than trying to do too much at once. Focus on smart learning, small daily practice, and enjoying the process. Every little step you take will help you improve. Review, imagine, speak, and write a little every day. Your English will grow stronger, and you will become more confident. Writing in your diary and thinking about your day is a very good habit. This is the type of listening you should practice often. Short, clear, and simple sentences about real life are very useful. These sentences will stay in your memory, and you can use them when you speak English. Before we finish, I want to remind you about courage. Learning English takes courage. You need courage to speak, courage to listen even when you do not understand everything, and courage to keep going when it feels slow. But you already have this courage because you are here listening and practicing. Every time you try to say something in English, you are showing courage, and that courage will help you improve. So, my friend, as we finish this lesson together, remember all the things we practiced. Listen a lot. Repeat often. Speak without fear. Read things you enjoy. Write simple sentences. Learn words in context. Review what you learned. Be patient. And most of all, believe in yourself. English is not impossible. English is a skill, and like any skill, it grows with practice. Step by step, day by day, your English will get better. I want to thank you from my heart for spending this time with me. You listened, you practiced, and you stayed until the end. That shows you are strong, serious, and committed. Please keep going even after this video. Keep listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Make English a part of your daily life. If you do this, you will learn properly, you will learn quickly, and you will reach your English goals. Remember, small steps every day are more important than trying to do everything at once. Practice a little every day, enjoy the process, and stay patient. Your brain is learning even when it feels slow, and one day you will notice big progress. Remember also to imagine and think in English. Try to picture what you hear or read. Repeat sentences, speak to yourself, describe your day, and connect English with your hobbies. This will help your brain remember faster and make learning easier. Finally, remember courage, consistency, and positivity. Every time you speak or listen, you are growing your English. Every small step counts. You are learning, you are improving, and you are becoming more confident. So, my dear friend, this is Jenny from English Lab saying thank you and goodbye for now. Keep practicing, keep learning, and keep believing in yourself. You can do this. I am proud of you. Your journey does not end here. Keep taking small steps, and soon your English will grow stronger every day.